What is a trigger? A trigger is something someone says or does that initiates a response that is not ideal. Maybe it's a spouse, a client, a loved one, not loved one, but someone says something and you react a way that you're not proud of. Why do we do it? Can you actually change it? And the answer is yes. My name is Tyler Watson. Welcome to my channel. I am the founder of Elite Performance Coaching, and I want to dive in this video on how you can change your triggers. Don't let my words deter you from the message. Okay, I might use words that trigger some of you. Yay, I hope I do. Because those triggers, I'll teach you what they actually are, and you need to work through them. Because if you get triggered, guess what? That's a limitation. And it's holding you back somewhere in your life, probably not where you think. Too often people get offended, they get hurt, their feelings, like especially today, it is insane what's happening in the world today. Like so much stuff around that. And I mean, you just turn on the media and it's like, oh, we need to teach this. We need to get out there and like help people become competent, take back their power, stop giving it away. So if something upsets you, if I use a word that doesn't resonate with you, like maybe I say God and you're an atheist, totally cool. Do not let the words deter you from the message. And I just invite you to do that in your whole life. Because if you get offended, you get hurt, there is a past pain associated to that is causing that trigger, which is creating a limit in your life. It's holding you back. It's holding you back. And I could pinpoint it. I've worked with people for thousands and thousands of people. And every single person who ever gets offended, gets their feelings hurt, it's always because of some past association that triggers a pain that they haven't worked on. And once they work on it, it sets them free because everything takes up energy. So if I am giving my energy away with certain words that are being used, it takes and robs me of the creation energy that I need to go do what I'm here for on this planet. Making sense? So a lot of people who get triggered and get hurt, it's because they lack a vision. They lack the creation energy. So what they do is they focus on fighting. We need to switch that, okay? Some of us have fallen into that trap. So I'm gonna just put a stop to that today. None of that. Remember? Back to that. We don't blame, we don't shame. We nail our goals in days instead of months, right? Okay, so if people say words, right? If it offends you, just take note and say, interesting. I wonder why that offended me. Huh, fascinating. I do it, I call it a third person point of view. I kind of look at it like this. So if here's me, and I have someone over here, and they say certain words. These are just words, okay? This is my artistry. So let's say this is you, this is someone else. They say things that might cause some sort of upset. So let's say here's an A, maybe this is a B, a C, D, and E. So these are different things that people say or do, okay? Now, the only reason this would ever hurt me in any way is if I've had past associations that are not ideal with this. And my A is now represented pain. So let's say it's someone with a relationship and they're like, oh, they say the word love, but oh man, love means abuse in my life. Or they say God. Oh, God means abandonment and hatred and neglect and abuse. Or they say marriage, or they say man or woman, and all these things. Or they say money, and they say a certain quantity of money, and they say certain health styles, lifestyle, things that you want or don't want. These words have meaning associated to your past. If those pains are there, you can choose to get offended. That's called a trigger. Okay, no one can ever force that. Now, they can create to where it might be easier to do it, right? They can create an environment that it might be very easy for you to choose to be triggered, but no one can ever force that on you. No one can. especially once you know this. Now, in the past, you might not have known it, and it feels like actual, like, you do this, it happens. It's like a response, an action and response, but it's only there because you haven't known it about it yet. Once you know how to switch it, then you're actually consciously competent and you can change. You don't have to be a victim to any person, and you can create what you want. So the goal is to see this, and I look at triggers and I rejoice in them. I get excited. I'm like, dude, that triggered me. Sweet. Like, oh my goodness. What in my life led me to react that way? Huh, interesting. That's how I look at it. And my favorite word when I get triggered is interesting. Everybody try it on. Imagine I offend you, someone does it, and you just say, interesting. Everybody try it. Just imagine you get offended, something happens bad. Interesting. Because when you're interested in something, you can find the solution. When you become disinterested, you miss the solution. But when you're interested, you can change. So the key is what? Be interested. I'm interested in why that is happening. Was it me? No, it was each and every one of you. So we all chose to do that. No one forced you. No one made you. You chose, which is freaking awesome.